Hey, this is Ryan from capitalism.com. In this video, we're going to cover how to build an audience that's profitable, how to build an audience that actually buys your products. Most people are either trying to sell right out of the gate without having any eyeballs, which makes it really hard for them to get liftoff when it comes time to make any money. Or other people are just building audience, which means they're providing a ton of content, working 8 hours, sometimes 10 hours a day, just to post stuff on social media, and they don't have the ability to ever collect a check. So in this video, we're gonna cover how you build an audience, but actually get that audience to convert into customers. To kick things off, I recently gave a keynote to a group of a few thousand Amazon sellers at an event called SellerCon, and in part of that talk, I gave the tactical piece of how to build an audience that buys in 90 days or less. So this is that clip.
Now I know a lot of you are going, I don't know how to build an audience. So let's go through it real quick. Number one, document the growth of your business. Right now, and for the next 18 to 24 months or so, your organic reach is on Instagram. So there's your window right there. At some point, that will change. Document your business. Say, these are the two prototypes I'm considering. This is why I went with this one versus this one. I'm really nervous to place my first order. Document everything on social media. Spend $10 a day on ads to get followers. That's it. Reach out to every single person who follows you, every single person who comments on your stuff, and say, thank you. I'm really pumped about this journey. I really appreciate you being a part of it. Then, when you are starting to get ready for launch, send your following to a first-in-line group, an email list, a Facebook group, ManyChat, because the reality is you're probably only going to order 1,000 units or so, maybe less. So you've got real built-in scarcity to the audience of a few hundred people who are following you. Make them get first in line. Post every review, every piece of good love, every picture someone takes with your product back to where you are documenting your journey. If you do this for 60 days, you will have an audience. That's it.
All right, I want to add a little bit more color and commentary to this because there are essentially two types of audiences. There is awareness and there is conversion. Awareness is how most of us think about influencers. It's how most of us think about audience. It is when you've got an Instagram page with thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, and they're providing a ton of content, or it's the type of content that Gary Vee would do, where he's got a video camera following him everywhere that he goes. If you are dedicating your life to creating a bunch of content for a bunch of different platforms, that's awareness. That's one type of audience. The other type of audience is conversion. You are leading them closer to a purchase. Most people only focus on one of these. And as a result, they either think that they have to be selling all the time, or they think they have to have a really big audience in order to have any audience that buys. The truth is that if you do both types of audience building, then you can be profitable with a much, much smaller audience. For example, I work with a business partner who has a really large Instagram following. And this Instagram following is really, really responsive to the content that they put out on a daily, sometimes 3 times a day basis. However, if that person was just to put a picture of the product on their Instagram, we would see some sales, but it wouldn't be nearly as powerful as if we got those eyeballs into a conversion audience first. The difference is it one-to-one or is it one-to-many? If you're putting out content that is seen by lots and lots of people, you're communicating one-to-many. However, we're human beings. We convert, we buy more on a one-to-one basis than a one-to-many basis. There's always the question that your customer has, which is is this for me? So here's how we do that. If you are building an audience via content or paid ads, which is how you should build an audience by documenting your journey, putting out content for your community, interacting with the people who are engaging with you, your job is to take those eyeballs and to put them into a separate audience. I call it a hot list. And a hot list is where the conversion is going to happen. That is email, that is Instagram DMs or swipe ups, and it's Facebook Messenger. It's the ability to interact with someone one-on-one. So your awareness, your content, where you are putting out content to the masses, that is made to be awareness for your conversion. It's very difficult to only do one, because if you are just doing awareness, you build a life where you are just making a lot of content. But if you are only focused on conversion, then your whole life is about selling. And there are plenty of people who do both. The magic happens when you mix both. And by doing so, you only need about a few hundred people who have engaged with your content and are on a conversion list for you to have a really, really profitable audience. And now every time you put out a piece of content, you connect it to the conversion piece. This can be as simple as having a free offer that is given out in exchange to get someone's email address. So you get their email address, and then the conversion process happens via email, or it happens via DMs, or it happens through swipe up ads where you're following up with the people who follow your content. Now your job can be to dump as much awareness into content as possible, knowing that you have a process for capturing the conversion audience. When you marry the two, magic happens because people trust you from the awareness, and they are likely to convert because of the one-to-one mechanism. When you do both, you get cash flow very, very early, which allows you to spend more time doing the awareness stuff or launching new products, whatever your preference is on how you're running your business. Audience is the key to rapid growth. It is probably the most underrated source of sales in the world. And if you put any attention into it, you'll see really fast growth in your sales. My name is Ryan Daniel Moran. I'm the founder of capitalism.com. We help business owners and entrepreneurs build businesses and invest the profits and create the change that they want to see in their world. Subscribe to the channel for more on building a business, choosing products, getting to the first million and scaling beyond there. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast, which is capitalism.com with Ryan Daniel Moran. Thanks for watching.